Radio, WIFO FM in Jesup. It's now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South Fair Street right here in Jesup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner special. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup. And we got special guests. We got Senator Blake Tillery on the phone from Atlanta. We've got some folks in here this morning from the Chamber of Commerce. Bob, you want to go ahead and take it away and talk to our State Senator Blake Tillery?
Yeah, definitely. You got Blake Tillery on the phone. Blake, appreciate you calling in here on Tuesdays with Tillery. How's everything in Atlanta?
You know, it's okay today. The sun's out. It's pretty chilly. It's about 24 degrees this morning at 5 a.m. But the weather is now beautiful. I hear clouds are coming, though. The storms are going to come this afternoon and tomorrow.
That's what I hear. Well, let's get right to it. Again, the budget, the big story. You're in charge of the budget. You talked about it, the eggs and issues breakfast here, how most of the budget's basically two items, education and health care. But your thoughts on the overall budget?
Well, the governor rolled his budget out last Friday. Had a lot of the things that you and I had already talked about that we thought we'd see. You saw a $2,000 pay increase for state employees. We're still having turnover of 25+% overall. But if you look at certain individual agencies, sometimes it's in excess of 90%, particularly in industries that are down near our way, like corrections. Some of the other ones, DJJ, the public safety positions, foster care, and Department of Human Services. So I think that ad was made to help stem some of those losses there. The big numbers, though, in the governor's budget relate to giving money back to the people it came from, taxpayers. The governor's been real strong. I want to say he adopted my line, but maybe he had it first, where I remind folks that we're not spending our money, we're spending everybody else's money. We're spending your money. So there's three big rebates in the governor's budget. One, a personal income tax rebate right off the top. He's got a homeowner's tax relief grant to help stem the feeling a lot of folks have felt. I've heard it from Wayne County a lot about inflationary growth in their home values, which then mean their property taxes are higher. And then, of course, we did that $1 billion last year as well. So $3 billion sitting right there. Folks talk about the $6 billion surplus. Well, $3 billion of it goes back immediately to folks who sent it. So there's some other things that were combing around the edges of the budget. A big thing last week was we have joint budget hearings where the state economist comes in and laid out why we were doing so well right now, and then also what to expect over the next few months. And some of that stuff, I wouldn't say it's doom and gloom by any means, but it does show that we're probably all facing a slowdown. The same thing people feel back home. I mean, heck, I used to buy a dozen eggs for $2, and now they're $8. At that level, people are not going to have as much disposable income to be able to do what we've been able to do over the past 3 years.
The day that the governor gives the State of the State address, is that correct?
Wednesday is when I think it is.
Yeah, that's tomorrow, right?
So,
yeah.
I think it's tomorrow, yes, sir. And so we've got some folks who are coming up for that, or we're coming up to visit, and I don't know if they're going to rearrange their plans now or not. Speaking of rearranged plans, we had a school group recently who, because of some of the stuff that was going on in Atlanta over the weekend, decided not to come on up here with their 40 children. Just to let folks know that if you can get to the Capitol, I think you'll feel pretty safe once you get here. Obviously, Atlanta's a big city, and there's a lot of stuff going on. But if you had plans to come up here and page or do something like that, we'll make sure you get out before it gets too late. And it's still, being a big city, it's still relatively safe to do that. So please don't hesitate to come down here if there's something you think you need to come advocate for.
Just joining us on the phone with the State Senator Blake Tillery. And the Georgia Network News had a story this morning that says Georgia lawmakers taking fresh aim at special interest tax breaks. It says Capitol lobbyists may be busy during the 2023 session as Georgia lawmakers take aim again at the billions of dollars in tax breaks in the state gives out. State audit reviews that came out late last year raised new questions about whether the state is getting its money's worth from some of the tax breaks that lobbyists helped push through the General Assembly with the promise that they'd create jobs. You're quoted in the story as saying, quote, "I'm highly in favor of eliminating special interest tax breaks to reduce taxes for everybody." So tell us about that. What's all that about?
Yeah, there was a study on that we have across the board probably about 200 different tax breaks, tax credits, sales tax exemptions, et cetera. And when you add those up, the total of them is around $10 billion. Just to give you an idea, total income tax in all of Georgia is $16 billion. So my thought is, and I use the analogy of a milk jug. Maybe it's the worst analogy to use, but being from South Georgia and firing shotguns and rifles, and even BB guns, I remember that we'd fill up milk jugs and you shoot the milk jug, right? You're target practicing. And when a shotgun blast goes through the milk jug, there's holes everywhere, and that water quickly leaks out. I use that example to explain how I feel about tax credits. We've got the milk jug of water, the state revenue, and we can take the top off of that jug and pour the water out and lower the total amount of water for everybody, reducing taxes, or we can keep firing shotgun blasts in it like tax credits that just create holes where the water leaks out. My goal, I think what the folks back home want, is let's reduce taxes for everybody, not just the folks who have the money to hire somebody to come down here and lobby for it. Now, sometimes there's going to be reasons that you should do tax credits if it has a return for the state that's more than it costs. I can think of several examples of that now. If there are things that we are doing that the cost can be reduced by having someone else do it and incentivizing them at less than our cost to do it, that makes total sense for the state. So I'm not carte blanche against tax credits. I am carte blanche against tax credits that don't see the same return for the citizens who are paying the taxes to begin with. So I'd love to be able to continue to walk our income tax rate down. We can't do that if we go back to my milk jug analogy, keep firing shotgun holes in it that just let a few people have their water leak out.
One issue that was discussed at the Exit Issues, and it'll be discussed at the legislative session, is possibly doing away with runoffs. Your thoughts on that, and how heated will that debate be?
Anything that involves elections over the past 3 years is going to be heated. And I say the past 3 years, really it's the past 5 years. It started in 2018. We had a candidate who never conceded the election in 2018 for governor. So it's the word election is what's going to cause the heat, not necessarily what the bill actually does. So, haven't seen that bill yet. Anything we can do that can make elections simpler for the citizens of Georgia, make it easier to get in and cast your ballot, I think that's probably a wise thing to do, and where most people would be. They want to make sure that it's easy to vote and that it's hard to cheat. And that's kind of the prism I'll look through any of the elections bills at.
Again, you're the man in charge of that budget, and explain that process. Does every department head come in and request items, or is the budget pretty well set, or how's that work?
Yeah, every department head at some point in time probably comes through this office, and that's where I am right now. I'm sitting in room 234 here at the Capitol, just my wooden desk, and our intern who's here this year, her name's Abby. She's listening in this morning. We try to provide experiences for them that are more than just some of the grunt work here at the Capitol. But earlier this morning, I mean, our days meetings usually start with me either 6:30 or 7. So this morning, Angel Cabrera from Georgia Tech, they've got he's the president at Georgia Tech. He was in here with a couple of requests and some things that they want to do concerning manufacturing and agricultural technology in rural Georgia. They had some pitches on that. And of course, those would require some state funding if we do them. So they were in pitching that, and then also just making sure that we understood what they were trying to accomplish, making sure that they didn't do anything in the past year or so that bothered anybody down here at the Capitol. So that was the first meeting this morning. It was actually sort of late for our meetings. It was 7:30. And we had to usher them out of here to get on the phone with the world-famous Butch and Bob show.
And again, I know that you and our other representative, Stephen Meeks and Buddy Deloach, want to hear from our constituents. So if someone's out there listening and wants to get a hold of you during this session, what's the best way to get a hold of Blake Tillery?
There's a couple of different ways. Obviously, many of you knew Miss Kathleen, which I forgot to mention this at Eggs and Issues. Miss Kathleen was my assistant since I got up here. Was just so good to our area. She passed away. She had an aneurysm here at the Capitol with us this summer. So there's a new assistant who is not new to the process, Miss Angela Tui, who's done a great job of keeping up with things here. So if you call to the Capitol, that's probably who you're going to end up speaking to, is either Abby, the intern I mentioned to you, or Miss Angela. The number for that is 404-656, either 5038 or 0089. Both of them 404-656. But you could also just call my cell phone. I don't mind, 912-245-9915. I've joked for years, if you have a problem, I'd rather you call me than before you go to the coffee shop than after, because if I can get you before the coffee shop, I've got one problem. Once you get to the coffee shop, I've probably got 10 problems. So please don't hesitate to holler.
Okay, Blake, again, we look forward to talking to you next Tuesday. Appreciate you calling in on Tuesdays with Tillery, and again, stay safe in Atlanta.
Thanks. Y'all have a good morning.
All right, take care.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Senator Blake Tillery called in from the Gold Dome there in Atlanta. And we appreciate him doing that. And hopefully State Representative Buddy Deloach will call in tomorrow morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob show. Well, Bob, we got more guests in here this morning. Who do we have?
We got the Chamber in. Big event coming up in February. Career Expo.
Deena, let me get your mic up here. Hold on a second here. No one can hear you if I don't turn it on, so I got to do my job here as board operator. How you doing this morning?
Doing great. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. Just doing good. I mean, life's good. Georgia wins 2 national championships in a row, so yeah, really good.
That's right. Well, got Kara in here with me this morning.
Kara, good morning.
Good morning. Kara is our membership and events coordinator. We've got a few things that we want to mention this morning, but the first thing that we want to talk about, we're really excited about, is our Career Expo that we have scheduled for Wednesday, February the 8th. This is our first one of these events that we have done. The Chamber has partnered with the Wayne County Industrial Development Authority, along with several of our business and industries in Wayne County, to put this event on. It is actually a hiring event. Back when our fiscal year started in July, not long after that, we had our board retreat, and the recurring theme or the recurring issue that kept coming out of our meetings with our board members is our employers need employees. That's what we're hearing across the community, and it's not just Wayne County. So we started planning this event, and like I said, working with the IDA in our Worksource Wayne group that meets quarterly, and getting this event put together. So we have it scheduled for Wednesday, February the 8th. It's going to be at Coastal Pines Technical College. It's from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. We have, this event is, we've got about 30 vendors that will be there. Those are Wayne County employers who will be there.
Wow, about 30 Wayne County employers will be there ready to hire somebody.
That's right. Each of those 30 employers have open positions and are ready to hire. So we have limited the vendor space to our Wayne County employers. However, we've reached out to all of the surrounding communities for job seekers. So we have advertised via radio, newspaper, and billboard in not only our community, but the surrounding communities for those job seekers who are, we have a lot of folks that travel outside, that live in Wayne County and travel outside of the area to work. And we have a lot of folks that live in the surrounding counties that travel into Wayne County to work. So we have tried to touch on all of those communities to let folks know what we have available or to come see what jobs are available here in Wayne County.
That's good.
I'll let Kara tell you a little bit about some of the vendors, some of our, a few of our vendors that have partnered with us to sponsor this event.
Okay, Kara.
So we will have Comores, EAM, Georgia Power, Great Southern Wood, RIAM, Sierra, and Wayne Memorial Hospital. Again, we have a little over 30. We might could squeeze one or two more in. So if anybody is listening and you are hiring and you want to join us for our Career Expo on February 8th, do give us a call at the chamber. The number is 912-427-2028. And again, these are all local industries and local businesses that are hiring. And I have a couple that are going to do some on-site interviews. So
wow.
We're looking forward to this event, again, February 8th.
Okay, and for folks who may not know what RIAM is, that's Rainier.
That's correct.
Okay. That is Rainier, yes. And this event, like I said, is from 3 to 7 p.m. at Coastal Pines. We do have, we're going to open the doors from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. for our students. So our high school students and college students who are job seeking already, we're going to have just that first hour for those. So any of our students who, of course, we've got flyers in all the schools, but if you have not been made aware, from 2 to 3 is just the time for students to come in. But again, from 3 to 7, it's open to the public. And all you've got to do, we encourage job seekers to come in, bring resume, references, any certificates that you have, that kind of thing, be ready to fill out an application, that sort of thing. So these folks are ready to hire.
Yeah, you run into it all over town when you're talking to business owners and managers that they need employees.
Yes.
And so this is a good event that the Chamber's doing to help out the businesses here in the Wayne County area, and also help for folks to find a job.
That's right. That's right. You're exactly right. That's one of the things we reach out to our members often and say, how can we help? What are some events or programs that we can do to help your business? And this is what we've been hearing. We need employees. We need employees. So we, like I said, started planning this back in July, trying to put it together. And when we proposed the idea to our Worksource Wayne group, which is our managers from our local businesses and industries, manufacturers, they were on board with supporting however they needed to get this event going. So we're excited. I hope you guys have been. We heard our ad on the radio while we were sitting to come in this morning. Like I said, we've been promoting it on radio, newspaper, and billboards in our community and surrounding community. So we're excited. We're hoping to have a great turnout and hoping our businesses can find some great employees that day.
And this career fair, once again, is going to be on what date and where again?
Wednesday, February the 8th at Coastal Pines Technical College. It'll be in the Polytech Center, and 3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
So a couple of weeks from now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Anything
All right, what else
about
is all
that,
going on
Karen?
with the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we've got a couple of events scheduled for February. I want to mention all of these events are on our website and our Facebook page, so I'm going to just touch briefly on each one for time's sake. We have our State of Education Luncheon, where we will also recognize our Page Star student and teacher, and our valedictorian and salutatorian will be announced at that same event. That is Thursday, February the 16th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Coastal Pines. $25 for chamber members, $35 for guests. It's always a great program. We will hear from our public and private school sectors. We'll hear from our college, Coastal Plains. We'll get to hear what's going on in all these educational facilities, things that are new, concerns, that sort of thing. It's always a great program. So that is Thursday, February 16th from 11 to 1 at Coastal Pines. That's our State of Education Luncheon.
Okay.
And the
Kira?
next thing that we have in February is our Young Professionals Trivia Night. And this theme is going to be a 70s disco theme.
Okay, what is... Deena, they're trying to break out in her best 70 moves.
I'm glad this is not videoed anymore.
Yeah, not videoed anymore. Doing a John Travolta impersonation there. Now, young professionals, how young do you have to be?
Well, I'm going to answer that because this age group on paper says from 21 years old to 45 years old.
21 to 45.
Right.
For young professionals.
But we do not turn away anybody. So when I started with the chamber, I fell in that age group, but I no longer fall in that age group. But I still consider myself a young professional.
It's kind of like the Wayne County Young Farmers. They come in here with guys in their 70s.
That's right.
How old do you have to be to age out of the Wayne County Young Farmers?
So a little bit of just a quick history or a little bit more information about our Young Professionals Network. We're kind of losing that age group in a lot of our, not just in the chamber, but in our civic groups and our trying to get those folks involved.
Need the millennials involved.
That's right. Need
those millennials. Yep.
One of the things with our 40 under 40 folks that we did this year, we partnered with the Press Sentinel to do our to recognize our first 40 under 40 business leaders, and we're hoping to get that group involved in our young professionals, get them plugged in our community, not just in the chamber, but hopefully they'll be some of our future chamber board members, but get them plugged in, helping in different ways in our community, because our older folks are kind of, they're retiring and they're moving on, and we want to get some of our younger folks involved and in our civic groups, and we've got a lot of great young leaders in our community.
Yeah, it was like me in my 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. I was extremely involved, and now I've gotten into my 60s. I've backed off. Turn it over to another generation.
That's right, and that's what we're hoping to do between that group and our Young Professionals Network. So we have scheduled this trivia night
for Friday, February 24th, and it'll be at 6 p.m., and that's at Omaha Steak and Seafood. Again, the theme is the 70s disco, so dust off all your disco wear.
Check with your parents or grandparents.
Yes, for sure.
I don't have any of my 70s clothes. I got rid of them a long time ago. Polyester pants, and all that kind of stuff like that, and the little the silk type. I mean, it's amazing what we wore back then. I thought that was cool.
Suits.
Leisure suits. I mean, that was big time back in the mid-70s, late 70s. There were leisure suits and stuff like that.
Well, I was born in the 70s. Let's just say that. And then, but I remember dressing up. Even once I got a little older, and my mom had, I'd dig in her closet and get her little platform shoes and her leisure suits.
Now, y'all gonna have a disco ball up?
Of course, we're gonna have it all. We're gonna have all of the trivia questions will be 70s related. We're encouraging everyone to come dressed in 70s attire. We're gonna have a best dress contest. We've even got for our best dress, we've got an old boom box.
An old boom box.
An old 70s boom box that we're gonna give away. So a lot of fun.
You're starting to see in some of the discount stores around here. I was in one yesterday at Walmart, and they actually have a boombox turntable thing out there now. where turntable. I can't believe it. I'm thinking, what is old is new again.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
So the 70s for the young professionals, 21 to 45. And once again, Karis, when?
It is Friday, February 24th, and that's 6 p.m. Again, that's at Automobile Steak and Seafood. It's $25 a person, and you'll have a 4-man team, and that includes your food, your non-alcoholic beverages, and 5 rounds of trivia to win some cash.
To win some cash.
Yes.
Just to have a good old time.
Yes. And
That's
if
what
you,
this evening's about, is having a good old time,
That's
right?
exactly right.
Okay.
If you want to register, you can give us a call. We'll be happy to register over the phone, or you can actually go to our website and register your team.
Sounds fun.
I want to put a little plug in real quick for Taste of Wayne. We have set the date and picked
Taste of Wayne?
Taste of Wayne.
Okay.
And picked the date for that. We'll be coming on, get some dates set that will come on periodically and give everyone updates on that. But our Taste of Wayne this year is scheduled for Thursday, April the 13th at Coastal Pines Technical College from 6 to 10 p.m. And we will be having a night at the races. So it'll be a derby themed
horse racing.
Horse racing.
All right, not NASCAR.
Not NASCAR, horse racing. And we will actually have 3 horse races that you can participate in throughout the night. So it's going to be a lot
How would you participate in horse races? How's that going to be?
I'm trying to line up some horses right now. We're going to let them run around the building outside
yeah, sure.
in the parking lot. It will be.
Go blow smoke somewhere else, Deena. You have a big track set up.
I've been in the 70s already. It's actually an interactive.
Right, that's what I figured it'd be.
Yeah, interactive on the screen. We'll have the races portrayed on the 2 big screens in the room there during the event. So it'll be a lot of fun. They'll have the opportunity with some. And I say bet on the races, but it will be with funny money, not real money betting.
Okay.
But so we'll have the opportunity to bet on races, and the winners will get tickets to for chances to win prizes. So we'll not actually be gambling that night, but a lot of fun. So Thursday, April the 13th, put it on your calendar. Sponsorships are available. We're seeking food vendors, especially. That's what the night's all about, is seeing what our local restaurants have new to share with us, or some of their favorites that they'll bring. So give us a call if you're interested in participating in any way.
All right. Taste of Wayne coming up on April
13th.
April 13th.
Yeah.
That's not a Friday, is it?
No, it's a Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
A lot of things. Most of your big events like that on a Thursday night.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So a lot of things going on. We do have some ribbon cuttings and grand openings coming up. All of that is on our calendar on our website, as well as our community calendar.
And that's such a great thing to hear. Grand openings, ribbon cuttings, and stuff like that means that people are opening up new businesses.
Yes.
Some come and go and stuff like that. It just shows how vibrant the business community is here in Wayne County.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Anything else for him, Bob?
I'm just curious, you mentioned exit issues that 40 under 40. You're going to have an event at that restaurant that closed
have
down.
Well, we have moved our 40 under 40 meet and greet to, it's still Thursday, February the 2nd. It will be at Cracker Williams. Yeah, we're going to have it there. So opportunity for our chamber members and community to come meet those 40 under 40 recipients, our first 40 under 40 recipients, and we will have that from 5:30 to 6:30, just to drop in and say hello, meet them if you don't know them, congratulate them if you do, that sort of thing.
All right, sounds good. Well, Deena, Carrie, y'all have a good day today.
Thank you. Y'all
Look forward
too.
to having y'all back on again soon.
Yes, thank you.
All right, the world famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.